Al bakalım.
Sağ olasın birader.
Hello again. In this video, I will be tier listing the elites of Battlefield 1. They can be found around a map in limited numbers and can be rewarded to your team as a handicap if you're losing badly. Each of the elites are unique and offer a wide range of perks. However, sometimes elites are limited to certain maps. Elites cannot be revived after death, and the pickup crate will go on cooldown after death, which can vary on the cooldown time. Before I begin, I just want to stress how much a squad can help you when you're an elite, whether it be ammo or health, as the timer for healing is a lot longer than default. For the standard infantry, it can vary from 8 to 10 seconds, where an elite, it'll take 45 seconds before the healing process will start, which is 4.5 times longer. So having a medic nearby and a reliable team will make your time with any elite far more effective. Now I got that out the way, let us begin. Sentry 08, the Sentry Elite Kit. Armoured with a large LMG, 1 fragmentation grenade and a club. The armour will reduce movement speed and bullet damage by 80% roughly, and stop melee attacks, but not if it's from the rear, horse, bayonet charge, or if you're low on health, that it would result in a takedown animation. The LMG has a large capacity of 200 rounds firing at 450 RPM. However, it does have a rather lengthy reload of 6 seconds. It is not possible to aim down the sights, so initial accuracy isn't great, but continuous fire will increase its accuracy, rewarding spraying and suppression. So it's best to fire as much as possible. But of course, that will attract a lot of attention and damage, so having a nearby medic will be very helpful to keeping the sentry alive. Having ammo too is handy but not necessary, as you're more likely to die than run out of ammo. The sentry is equipped with the club, which will deal 45 damage to infantry, so that's 3 hits on full health. This is more of a last resort anyway, so as you mainly want to be killing at medium ranges. Also, cannot forget the single fragmentation grenade, which must be used sparingly as you only get 1 of them, unless it gets resupplied. The biggest weakness of the sentry is gas, as the sentry cannot put on nor off a gas mask, so in the wrong place at the wrong time, gas can very quickly and easily eat away at sentry's health. It does have its flaws, but it's definitely overlooked, as it can provide a lot of suppression when needed. For that reason, I'm going to put it into B tier. I don't think it's particularly too fun to use, it's okay. Sentry Villa Perosa, a near copy and paste of the previous elite, but with a different primary. The Villa Perosa is a double barrel SMG with a 25 round magazine in each of the barrels, firing a burst of 3 per barrel, so that's 6 bullets, only tapping at once, so it can kill very quickly with a good burst. That being said, the range is very limited, so it's best to use in close quarters, which does put it more at risk to the bayonet, gas, fire, etc. Not only that, but the Villa does have a slow reload, pulling out 2 magazines and replacing those 2 magazines. So it does reward shooting more sparingly, unlike how the Sentry 08 was. Again, it does help massively to have a medic on standby, but also ammo as well, as the fire rate will make it very easy to burn through your ammo. I think it's a lot more skillful than the 08, and to be honest, a lot more fun, as it puts you in the action a bit more. So for that reason, I will put it as an A tier. And fun little fact, but both of the sentries are immune to the gas mask and periscope. They cannot deal damage to any of the sentries. I've tried, trust me. The Trench Raider is equipped with a Raider Club, capable of one-hitting enemies. For a sidearm, it's the No. 3 revolver. This is the exact same as the one available to all roles as a sidearm. A medical crate, same as what the medics get, smoke grenades in a gadget slot, along with 3 fragmentation grenades. The Trench Raider gets the same armor that the Sentry gets, reducing bullet damage by about 83%, but instead of slowing them down, it in fact speeds them up compared to the average infantry. The Raider Club can make quick work of any infantry, as it has no takedown animation, and can be quickly swung around. However, the club will not deal any damage to vehicles, sentries, and other raiders. The number 3 can be used alongside the Raider Club, and can make up for the lack of range the club has. Saying that, the range on the number 3 is awful, but it's better than nothing. At the ideal range, it's a 2 to 3 shot anyway. The smoke grenades are needed for crossing open areas, as the Raider's weakness is its lack of range. The Raider is the only elite which can take on and off a gas mask, so they can be immune to the gas, or they can have full visual and hearing. However, they can't really go against vehicles too well, so you must avoid vehicles and ideally horses. It is possible to take on a horse, but they can one-hit you, where the Raider can't really counter vehicles too well. Raider is by far the most fun elite, so a very easy and clear S tier for me. The Flame Trooper is equipped with the Wex, 3 incendiary grenades, club, and a permanent gas mask, which cannot be removed. Again, this elite gets the same armor as the previous got, however they are not immune to melee attacks at the front. The Wex Flamethrower can spit out a consistent ranged fire, while also leaving some fire on the ground and surrounding area. However, it can be very hard hit and miss with how quickly enemies die. So it's best to combine it with the incendiary grenades and play within close quarter areas. That way you can create a wall of fire, stopping any infantry from proceeding. The gas mask cannot be removed, so it does block some of your vision and hearing. However, the Flame Trooper is completely immune to fire and gas, but not immune to bullets. It has the same armor and damage protection as the Sentry, as well as the reduced speed. B tier. It can be super fun if played right, but some maps, especially this one, it doesn't really make sense to have a Flame Trooper. It's just ranged open space. The worst place for a Flame Trooper. Tank Hunter. The Tank Hunter gets the Tankgewehr M1918, sawn-off shotgun, trench periscope, and 2 anti-tank grenades, alongside with 3 fragmentation grenades. Club, a permanent gas mask which has no downsides. Again, like the other elites, the Tank Hunter has armor and a damage reduction, however it is a less, with a 65% reduction. So, not much less than the Sentry, but damage can still quickly add up. By far the most powerful gun in the game, the M1918, one-shotting all infantry at any range in any place, and can take down tanks within a couple of hits, or any other vehicle for that matter. So it's best to play at range where most tanks and infantry will struggle to shoot you. The only struggle is having enough ammo, so it's important to have a support crate nearby. The M1918 must be used with the bipod, or it cannot be fired. So it must be fired from a cover or prone position. So that can leave you vulnerable to a one-hit melee takedown, gas mask included, and gunfire. For the secondary, it is the sawn-off shotgun, same as which the tank, pilot, and assault get, which can be used to engage enemies at close range. The Tank Hunter is also equipped with anti-tank grenades, same of which the assault get, but these only come in handy if the tank is within range. However, you could use them to take out low-flying planes. The periscope is great to spot any vehicle you plan on taking down, as it will very clearly highlight them, making it very easy to keep track and prepare shots. The Tank Hunter is the only elite to have the same speed as normal infantry. However, the Tank Hunter is immune to gas, as the Tank Hunter gets a gas mask that does not block the vision nor hearing. A tier. Even if you don't hunt tanks like the name implies, you can still have a lot of fun. just sniping infantry. Infiltrator. The Infiltrator has a Martini Henry launcher with 11 rounds, sawed-off shotgun, flare gun artillery, heliograph, which is just a spawn beacon, 2 smoke grenades, and a survival knife. Same knife that the pilots and tankers get. And it's unable to equip the gas mask, making it weak to gas. The Infiltrator gets the same armor the Tank Hunter gets, reducing damage by about 65%. The Martini Henry is a single-shot grenade launcher, which usually needs 1 or 2 hits to get the kill, so it's very easy to burn through your ammo. So it's important to have ammo rather than a medic. And sawn-off is nothing special, but again can make quick work of any nearby enemies. The flare gun artillery is by far the most powerful tool the Infiltrator gets. Simply shoot the flare in the direction you want the artillery, the map will appear, and then click again to stop the flare. And then where it stops, the artillery will rain down. It's best used on choke points, as it's 3 easy kills. The flare gun will regen over time, about a minute. The Infiltrator has another unique gadget, the heliograph, the spawn beacon. It's just a spawn beacon for your team, which can be very helpful for getting your team another spawn and flank. However, it does give off a bright shine, broadcasting the location of it. The Infiltrator does have a little faster speed than any other infantry, and can swim under water longer. Not like that's useful, and it isn't really much longer. S tier. It's very rewarding for sitting back a little bit from the front line and just raining down artillery and shooting grenades. Okay, that is all. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Until next time, goodbyes.